Hi there, everybody. I'm Nate Eaton coming to you today from our studio with a little bit of breaking news. Lori Vallow Daybell is on her way back to Idaho. Well, she's probably already here by the time you watch this after being extradited early Monday morning from Arizona. She's been in the Estrella Jail. We know that, and has been part of the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office inmate roster since November of 2023, but now she is back in the state of Idaho, back in the Idaho Department of Correction at the Pocatello Women's Facility. Now, this is not too surprising. We knew that this was going to happen. She was found guilty here in Idaho, of course, of killing JJ and Tylee, and then she was found guilty of also conspiring to kill Tammy Daybell, her husband's former wife. After that happened, that was in July of 2023 when she was sentenced to multiple life sentences. Then in November, the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office brought her down to Phoenix with the understanding that no matter what happened in Arizona on the charges of conspiring to kill Charles and conspiring to kill Brandon, no matter what happened there, she'd be brought back here to finish out her sentence. So she was basically an inmate on hold, on loan, you could say, to Arizona. And you remember when that happened? Here's the video from the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. This is when that happened back in November of 2023. I'll show you a little bit. They actually sent this out to the media. This is when she was driven, actually. She was driven at this time from Pocatello down to Phoenix in the middle of the night. I believe it took about 18 hours. They did stop along the way for bathroom breaks and food. And this is her being walked into the facility there with socks. Remember, this was in November. It was cold at the time, at least in Idaho, not so much in Arizona. She was able to bring a bag of belongings, including some evidence. I don't recall the whole list of items, but there was, I believe, a hard drive on there that was hers. Here she is getting searched, and eventually they take her mugshot. She has to change into the jailhouse orange outfit that we have seen her. Of course, she got a body scan, and then she was booked into her cell in the maximum security pod, which, if you go back a couple of weeks ago, I did a tour of the facility and you can see what conditions are like there. She was not happy. She was vocal about not liking it there in Maricopa County, and she couldn't wait to get back to Pocatello, to the prison. And you think about it, she was walked into the prison today. We're waiting on her new mugshot. Hopefully, by the time you watch this, we have it. You can go check it out on my Facebook page, Nate Eaton Reporter, or eastidahonews.com. She wanted to come to Pocatello, and she likes it there. And this very well could be the last time that she walks into a prison. She's there for life. She's not going anywhere. Now, it's possible if she gets sick, she might go to a hospital or something down the line, but she will not be leaving this building for the rest of her life. Unless, the appeal gets approved, the appeal goes through, then she goes back to Arizona where she was sentenced to those life sentences. Now, we are waiting video from the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. I'm told that they do have some video from today, from this morning. And as of this taping, I'm just checking if we have it now. We don't have it yet. I'm waiting for them to post it. So if we get it by the time I'm ready to upload this, I will include it at the end of this video and you can watch it. If not, we'll post it as a separate video on our East Idaho News YouTube channel, and you can go check that out. So again, if you're just tuning in, Lori Vallow Daybell has left Arizona. She's been extradited back to Idaho, where she will stay. I want to pull you the document, just one moment, that the Idaho governor and the Arizona governor reached an agreement with. This is where we have, here we go. Read the executive agreement here. So let me pull up my computer and you can see it on your screen. It's the state of Arizona. This was signed back in 2023, October of 2023. It says, whereas the governors, Idaho, Lori Vallow Daybell, and the Idaho Department of Correction. It's an executive agreement for custody of a fugitive for purpose of Arizona trial and deposition in the state of Arizona in Maricopa County. So the governor of Arizona sent this to the governor of Idaho, Katie Hobbs, sent this to Brad Little. and laid out the charges that she was facing, laid out that she was at Pocatello, laid out that she had been in prison. And the agreement was that the state of Idaho, acting through the chief executive officer, hereby agrees that the duly authorized agent for the state of Arizona may obtain custody of the said fugitive for trial in Arizona from the Department of Corrections in Idaho, and that upon notice to the state of Arizona, the said fugitive is transferred to Arizona under this agreement, and the said fugitive may be transferred back and forth between Arizona and Idaho at the expense of the state of Arizona with no formal extradition proceeding. It's hereby agreed that the governor of Arizona and that it will be the governor of Arizona that after the hearing in the court of Arizona, the fugitive will be returned to the state of Idaho. The state of Arizona will pay all transportation costs through our designated deputies of the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. So, this was signed by Katie Hobbs on the 13th day of September 2023, and then signed by Brad Little on the 23rd of October 2023. And then they did not move her for several more weeks after that. So it's an interesting point there that she's on her way here, or she is here. And once we get her mugshot, I will show that to you. Now, many of you wondered why in the world would they have moved her and spent all this money and done all this time and, just leave her here locked up. And Judge Boreski at the sentencing for Lori in Arizona said that justice needed to be served for Brandon and for Charles. And that is why they did the trials there. And that they have a right to have justice because they were the victims of crime. And that was directly from Judge Justin Boreski. And so that's what happened. Lori Vallow Daybell said that she had 30 days to get moved. And we're approaching there. She was sentenced in Arizona on the 24th of July. And today is Monday, the 18th of August. Or excuse me, she was sentenced on the 25th. So another week and she would have hit her 30-day mark. Now, even though she's in Idaho, there's still one more hearing at least coming up. And that's the hearing that she will participate in remotely with Arizona about restitution, about how much she owes to the victims in Arizona. And we'll see what the judge says about that, about how much money she owes. And, he's already sentenced her the maximum fines. I guess if she were to ever make any sort of money on her crimes or somehow get a book deal, but in Idaho you can't do that. There's slayer laws, what they're called. So if there was some way that she was able to get money, or even a portion of her commissary that were sent in so that she could get treats or whatever, a portion of that could go to the victims and she could get some of that back. So she will have at least one more court appearance along with the appeal process, which is happening in Idaho. Her attorney has already filed a few months ago the initial appeal, and now the state will respond and they'll go back and forth. Eventually that will work its way to the Supreme Court of Idaho about the appeal here, and that could take a couple of years. It's not like it will be televised court proceedings that we've done all along so far. The appellate process is a little bit different. So that is the news here. We'll keep you posted on eastidahonews.com. And I will let you know when we get that video from the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. If you want to see her getting extradited out of the Arizona facility and brought back to Idaho, we'll post that on our YouTube channel. Just at the time that I'm recording this, we don't quite have it yet. So appreciate you watching. You can get all the updates and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and our YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, we'll keep you posted. And we have another few interesting upcoming courtroom insiders. So on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, we'll break down all of the latest on Lori Vallow Daybell, the latest on Kohberger, and a case I had never heard about that's about to make big headlines with a new podcast. It's unbelievable. Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, join me on the East Idaho News YouTube channel, 7 o'clock Mountain Time, for Courtroom Insider. We'll break it all down. Thanks for watching, everybody.